Buongiorno. I thought it would be fun for today if we did a quick little tutorial on the way I did my skincare slash makeup while I was in Sicily. So I'm going to show you all the products I brought with me. And what's really nice about that is not only were all the products I brought with me pretty much the same thing I use at home, but I also had something that I had just put in my bag absently thinking, well, it's good for travel, I'll have it just in case. And then when I forgot something that I was planning on bringing, this little travel thing came in so handy. So I actually, ironically, didn't put it in front of me. So let me grab that because that was a part of my routine, and I want to share with you everything that I did. Okay, so this is actually the bag that I pretty much carried with me wherever we went, and in it I had what we call, it's called the Subtle Stack, and it's not spelt the way you think it is. It's without an L, without an E and without a K, so Subtle Stacks. And basically what's really cool about this, and I didn't buy this, they gave this to me, but this is not sponsored in any way. They just asked me to do like a Reddit post one time. And so I got it and I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll try it. And I actually really ended up loving it. And so now I use it all the time. And this was like, I don't know, months ago when they gave it to me. But I want to talk about it because it actually is, like, I really do like it a lot. And as you can see, it has everything you need for your makeup routine. I don't know if it's focusing on it. So it has shine control, highlighter, eyeshadow. There's a lip and cheek that's in one. So it's like a cream blush, and I guess you could use it as a balm as well. I have two types of concealers, one that's darker, one that's lighter, which I like to use for, like, if I want to brighten up the under eye, or if it's like winter time, I'll have the lighter color, and if it's summer, I'll have the darker color. And then I have a bronzer. The bronzer I don't actually use at all because I'm not really into bronze, but it was a part of it. And it also comes with a mirror, and this is the shine control powder. It also comes with, oops, that's the bronzer, a brush here on the bottom. And then they also gave me, this is actually really cool, this brush that I can use when I use the shine control. They also have a powder puff, but I didn't get that, which is not a big deal. But I love my Subtle Stack, which was great to have because what I was planning on bringing, because it's not so bad now, but you see I have red spots here, and I don't know what this is. I need to look into that because that's been there for way longer than it should have been. But anyway, I don't know if you can hear me. Anyway, I had to use something that had a little more coverage to cover that up, except because of the fiasco of the plane being canceled, our flight being canceled, I had taken this out to do my makeup and then I forgot to put it back in. But because I remembered to pack this, I had this to cover up the red because my BB cream doesn't really cover any blemishes. It just blends and evens out the skin tone, which I love that. But if you have blemishes that you want to cover up, you're going to need something that, has a little more coverage to it. And this came in clutch, not just for that reason, but also I am a very oily skin. You can see now, I have nothing on my skin right now, and I'm still, like, you can see that I'm shiny. Like, I just came out of the shower and I'm shiny, This came in clutch, because I film all day and I had to powder or I had to get the stuff off. The other thing that I like to use when I didn't want to put any more product on my face was this. It's like a Revlon, and what it does is I guess it's a stone, and what it does is it just absorbs any oil on your skin. I'm just going to do the one side. Any excess oil. I might need to get a new one because I really used the heck out of this one. So here's my shiny side, and here's the side that I just used this on, and you can already see that there's a difference because it collects the oil off of your skin. So this really came in clutch as well. This was really helpful to have. If I did like a lip or something like that, I always have my MAC Half Red lip liner, and then the ColourPop Lippie Sticks, love them. And then of course I also have this that my sister got me, which is this gorgeous, it's called Black Honey, and it was just this beautiful, it was really just a, I have to press it in because something happened that it doesn't connect to it anymore. But it's a beautiful lip balm, and I'm a huge fan of like balms and stuff, because while I love lippies and doing lipstick and stuff, it can be a real pain in the butt to like constantly apply. And when you're in Sicily, a lot of stuff has olive oil on it. And so if you're just wearing a balm, it's easy to just reapply. But if you have like a lipstick on, you really have to like take the whole thing off and reapply kind of thing. So anyway, in the morning, let's start there. So when I wake up, I pretty much I have a makeup wipe, not like, it's like a cloth one, a reusable one. And I wouldn't even put it under water. So I would just wipe off any of the excess stuff that I had on my face, because I always put my lotion on, Vaseline, the whole nine. After I did that, I would put on this is my Tretinoid. This I got in Thailand. And most people can only wear it at night before they go to bed. But because the way my skin is, as oily as it is, my skin has gotten used to more use of the Tretinoid. So I use it in the daytime and at night. And this is why it's super, super important to use sunblock so you're protecting your skin, because the Tretinoid makes your skin very, very sensitive to the sun, and it will burn and destroy and get super dried out, and it's not a good situation. So I put it in my laugh lines, and then just here on the edges of my eyes, and then I put it all on my forehead and then in between my brows. And I rub it in until it is no longer wet, basically. I know it's like absorbed into the skin. That's the first thing I do. After that, if your skin is still sensitive to the Tretinoid or anything that you're using, or dry because of the airplane or climate, I use this. It's called Homeoplasmine. It's French, but it is Vaseline with a few other things inside of it that kind of don't make the Vaseline like glossy or shiny or liquidy. It kind of just stays, and it's more matte. I like to put it here because right there got super, super dry, and I think that's because I put the Tretinoid too close there and my skin wasn't ready for it. I also know that my skin here on my eyes is very sensitive, so because I put the Tretinoid there, I will also put it here just in case, because I don't want the skin to be irritated. I just want it to be nice and soft and also still absorb. Also, I put it here because, as you can see, I kind of dug in there as well, and I just want that to heal. And this is really good for healing your skin as well. So I put it right there. And the last place I put it is under the chin here. And any part that I see is a little red, but really here is where I need it the most. I need it to heal. So I'll put it on my chin and underneath, and then right here on the edges. Because for whatever reason, and I think it's because the Tretinoid kind of got in there, the sides of my lips got really, really dry, and so now I just automatically put the Homeoplasmine on the spots that I know will get dry or affected by the tretinoid. Just I'm proactive with it. Just trying to be preemptively preventing any damage. I will let that sit on my face for about a minute or so. And same with the tretinoid. I like to let that absorb before I put in my BB cream. I love this BB cream. It's fantastic. It's Maybelline Dream BB Fresh. It's a skin hydrating beauty balm, 8-in-1 skin perfector, and it's a sunscreen. It's broad spectrum SPF 30. The color I use is 120 medium sheer tint, and the one problem I have with it is because it is hydrating and it's a balm, I already have skin that is, oily. So adding this just kind of makes it more oily, I guess. So I don't really need to put any additional moisturizer on because one, my skin is already naturally moisturizing itself, but also this is kind of doing that as well. I also put this on my lids because I'm trying to protect all my skin, and I've seen people who have very like crepe paper skin on their lids, and that is the last thing I want. I want my lids to be nice and firm because I love putting on makeup, and if that skin gets too delicate, I can't really play with makeup the same, and it starts to droop. It's a whole thing. Anyway, I make sure to put SPF on my lids as well. The whole face and the neck. I just use my hands because it already just naturally will blend into your skin really nice, and you can see already how beautiful and how it just really blends in, but you can also see how shiny it makes my skin. I also put the excess on my hands to protect them from the sun. Once again, the best thing you can do to protect your skin and for anti-aging is to make sure you're using SPF. That is the best thing you can do to keep your skin young and firm and beautiful. Use sunscreen. Like I said, because I left this at home, I had to use my Subtle Stacks. And so I would just pop this open, and I generally just use the dark one, and I would use my fingers, just tap it on, and any spots that were red, I would just tap on. Pretty much looks like I'm not wearing anything on my skin, which is obviously ideal. You don't want to look like you're caked with anything. So that's why I really loved this, and I love my BB cream despite the fact that it makes my skin very shiny, which I mean is a look, but for somebody who has pores like I do, I'm trying to make it as matte as possible because I have very big pores, and matte finishes hides those pores. Oh, I forgot. I'm a mess. I also have to put my blush on. Put my blush and my eyebrows on. This is the placement I usually do, and I would just tap it on. This side's going to be a little more challenged to blend since I just put the powder on top, but it shouldn't be an issue because I'm oily anyway. Might actually stay better on this side because of it. Whereas this side might blend and then disappear eventually. I like to place it on my eyelids as well because I think it's really pretty and just kind of very natural looking while still giving your face a little color, you know? After that, I would do my eyebrows. Now, while I was in Sicily, the eyebrow pencil that I usually love and use, which is the Anastasia in that gray taupe color. God, what was it called? Granite, I think. I literally ran out. And it wasn't like, I had pretty much just opened it, so I was a little disappointed that it only lasted me week, 2 weeks, if that. So while in Sicily, I found, this is made in Germany. It's called Pupa number 3, and it's a high definition eyebrow pencil. Now, it was very difficult to find eyebrow pencils or anything like that in any drugstore or grocery store in Italy, or in Sicily, I should specify. Even, I actually went to a few makeup stores and they also had nothing for eyebrows. But I did find there was one store that was right next to the grocery store, and my father said it was like a, soaps and stuff like that, but it was also like for makeup. Turns out they had a whole bunch of stuff, which was really nice. Anyway, I found their makeup pencils, and they had a decent amount to choose from, so that was good. And I think this color's pretty spot on for me. I think it works pretty well. Brush it through. Once I get the eyebrow pencil and brush it through, I have this other eyebrow product. It's e.l.f. Brow Wow, and I just brush it through. It's a gel. It keeps the hairs in place, which obviously for somebody who has as thick a eyebrow hairs as I do is very important. Okay, now that my eyebrows are done, now I can put my powder on. I was also using the One Size powder as well. I don't want to say the problem with that. The reason why I didn't always constantly, you can see the difference here, constantly use it is, one, I had a travel size, so I was limited in what I had. But also, this was just so much easier to have on me instead of packing another one when I had one that was perfectly fine, perfectly usable, already attached in this. The one thing I will say that I wish that I did have was a powder puff, but I'm trying to be as realistic as possible for what I did when I was in Italy. And while on the trip, I somehow misplaced my powder puff. And so I had to use this brush, which, as you can see, is why I'm patting it and not like brushing it on, because I wanted to, pat it down. And if I felt like that was still a little too shiny, I would once again utilize this, try to absorb whatever oils I could. Now, as you can see, it's not totally completely matte, and even I can feel it has a little dewiness. It is what it is. So throughout the day, what I would have to do is I carried tissues with me, and I would just pat it down. And honestly, that was the best thing to do instead of just constantly reapplying more product, because patting down the excess oil, one, you were taking off all the oil on your skin, and with the added benefit of not piling on or making your skin look even more cakey by piling on more and more and more powders, oil controlling powders. So I would just pat down with a tissue, and that pretty much worked for me. Now for the lips, I generally just used a lip balm, and I tried to find my fanciest looking one because I just thought it would look so cool, just, doing one of these while wandering around. The gold, like, so pretty, right? So sometimes I just have to be a little bougie. This is one of those lip balms that like change color based on the pH of your skin. And then I would just, on top of that, I would either put my Vaseline, normally it was Vaseline, or I have my Chic Glam glitter lip gloss. And I would just do that. One of those situations. And that would pretty much be what I did for almost every single day, starting my day in Sicily. If I wanted to do something a little fancier, say for my birthday or anniversary, I would glam it up a little bit more. And if you want to see those looks, I'm happy to do that with you. So we can do that too if you want. But just let me know in the comments if you want to. Otherwise, you know, it is what it is, whatever. But yeah, and this is pretty much my look. So let me do my hair real quick and then I'll show you the final look. So, like I said, I'm just gonna do it really, really quick. All right, I will admit the only difference here is that I didn't have my Dyson in Sicily, and one day, my dream is to have a Dyson in Italy because it'll have like the European voltage. I cannot bring, I tried. I brought this to Italy. I used the adapter, and even though the website said you can't, it's not going to work, I tried anyway. It obviously did not work, and I did put it at a huge risk. I could have shorted it, so we're not going to try that again. But one day, hopefully, if you know, this YouTube channel gets big enough and maybe my Patreon grows a little bit more, which by the way, Patreon is really just for people who want to support me without getting anything in return. It's literally just because I put out episodes and content every single day, so I don't know what else I could put on the Patreon. So it's really just if you want to help support my channel, give me a little extra funding for any shopping hauls that you might want to see. That's pretty much what my Patreon is for. Or if you just want to spoil me. Just kidding. Anyway, yeah, but my dream one day is to have a Dyson for Europe because I honestly, God, I love my Dyson so much. Or if Dyson ever wants to sponsor me, hey, give me a call. I am your #1 biggest fan. I will do anything you want for Dyson. Like Dyson is just, oh, I love it so much. I love it. I've never tried any of the other, I don't want to say knockoff versions, but versions that have kind of tried to use the same technology, so I don't know how great they are. Maybe one day I could do a comparison, but in terms of my Dyson, I love it. I love my Dyson so much. I love it. Anyway, but yeah, so aside from the hair, this was pretty much my skincare makeup routine for Sicily almost every single day. And yeah, carrying this with my holster bag was pretty much the reason why I didn't look as greasy as I could have in my episodes. Just saying. Anyway, so that's today's episode. I hope you had an amazing day. Tomorrow, I hope you're ready. I'm super excited. Tomorrow, I'm going to share with you my shopping haul / birthday haul, everything that I got when I was in Italy. So that should be really, really fun. And it might be a really long video because it actually was a good amount of stuff. And if you tuned in yesterday, then you will know kind of like, not the drama, but the tea on where it's cheaper to get that stuff and why and all that kind of jazz. So if you're interested in the fashion aspect of, you know, everyone coming to America to buy things because they think it's cheaper, you might want to check out yesterday's video because I kind of dive into that. I dive into that and we talk about it. So if you're interested in that, go to yesterday. And if you want to see everything I got, just wait till tomorrow. Anyway, thank you so much for spending time with me today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Until next time.